The student athletes for Arizona are Benedict Matherin, Pella Larson, and Christian Coloco. We'll start things off with a statement from head coach Tommy Lloyd.
Well, good to see you guys. Great effort. I mean, Wright State's they're a good team, and obviously they're well coached. They had a plan. They really move, well without the ball, and it really challenges you. Number 24, I think he's a great cutter. 2, Holden is a great cutter, and they just put so much pressure on your defense. And then, number 1's a really good point guard. He could probably play anywhere, and that big guy, when you have a big guy that can score inside, put the ball on the floor, and then make a pick-and-pop three, I mean, it's a tough cover. So I was proud of how our guys hung in there today in these games. The first time, for these guys experiencing an NCAA tournament game, it's a little – the first-round game's always interesting. Not because it's a 1-16, but just because the way the crowd setup is. I mean, it's a crowd. I mean, obviously there's a lot of Arizona fans there, but it's a pretty calm atmosphere. As you get further into this tournament, you feel more like you're playing a home or a road game, which is what we're used to. It was felt like a little bit of a neutral environment in there today. So just having these guys get a feel for that's a good deal and a good experience going forward.
All right, we'll open it up to questions for the student athletes.
Jason Shearer, Wildcat Authority. For any of you guys, did you feel tight out there to start the game, or were you relaxed? What was just your overall motion when the ball tipped?
We felt pretty good. We felt pretty good at the beginning of the game, They came up, they were ready to play. So they play hard, and we play hard. I think we just did what the coach wanted us to do, and I think we did a pretty good job first half, and second half they like coach taught us, like the last three games they were down at halftime, so we knew they were going to come out second half ready to play, and they did a pretty good job. But we got on top, so that's the most important thing.
Yeah, Tommy, you jumped. This is Steve Rivera, All Sports Tucson. You jumped out to a nice early lead, going fast. How do you tell your guys to go fast, but yet be under control because you had a lot of turnovers?
Yeah, we did. We had a lot of turnovers today, and it was from everybody. All these guys that are playing minutes, and we just got to tighten it up. I don't want these guys to play conservative, and obviously we're playing without Kerr right now. So we just got to tighten it up a little bit, and hopefully we'll be able to rein it in for the next game because, obviously we're shooting a great percentage, but the turnovers on offense kill your efficiency.
Questions for the student athletes only right now. Thanks.
John Teitel from hoopshd.com for Christian. They've been playing this tournament since 1939. You're the first guy ever with 17 points, 13 rebounds, 6 assists, and 5 blocks. How does it feel, and how did you do it?
It feels good. I didn't even know. I think Ned told me right before when we come in here. It just feels good. I don't know what to say. I was just playing basketball and it happened, so I'm just happy.
Jordan Spurgeon, Sports 360 AZ. Christian, early on that block that led to a transition layup that got you guys kind of going, did that relax you a little bit and just kind of getting you back to playing your game right off the bat, realizing that this atmosphere wasn't going to change your game?
Can you repeat it?
Yeah, sorry, I'm out of breath too. A little bit of running. That block early on in the game that led to a transition layup, did that relax you and kind of get you into this neutral atmosphere that Coach touched on before?
Yeah, for sure. Every time we get a block, we know we're gonna run the floor. We got guys like they can run the floor, so we know we're gonna be up there. And then if you can get an easy layup or easy dunk because of that, that would be amazing. So every time we get a block, it's good for us.
Yeah, Pella, you hit a three-pointer with, midway in the second quarter. It was 70-52. You showed a lot of emotion at half court. What did that mean to you, and did you think that propelled you guys even further?
To me it didn't mean a lot, but, every play we make, it's just trying to get the team going and get the crowd going. So, showing emotion has always helped us throughout the year, and so I just trying to get the crowd going and my teammates.
Justin Spears from the Arizona Daily Star. If all three of you could answer this, what did playing in your first NCAA tournament game mean for you guys?
Start at the far end this time.
I'd say it's a pretty good experience. Like you said, I've never played. They never played in March Madness. So having a win as the first game is always a great feeling.
I think it feels amazing. That's why you come to Arizona. You come to Arizona to play in the NCAA tournament. And, this is my third year, and this is my first time playing in this tournament, so it just feels amazing. And, yeah, I hope you're gonna get the win on Sunday too.
Yeah, feels great. I mean, we've been trying to get here this whole time, so now that we're here, we just got to realize it and enjoy and fight hard.
For Benedict, how would you?
Give your name and affiliation, please.
Excuse me, Nick King from 3TV, CBS 5 in Phoenix. How would you kind of rate the way you guys played today? Still scored a lot of points, won pretty comfortably, but Coach touched on the turnovers as well.
I mean, there's a lot of things to go over. We had a lot of turnovers, bad decisions. We didn't play with fundamentals at first, but we adjusted the second half, took care of the ball a little bit better, and just do the things that we used to do the whole year, basically. So we had a pretty good experience, pretty good performance, but we always need to improve.
Yeah, Tom Archdeek in Dayton. Just for all three fellows, I don't know if there's any one Wright State player that kind of caught your eye or just was especially gritty or annoying or whatever.
Benedict, we'll start with you on this one.
Can you repeat the question one
Yeah,
time?
just any Wright State player that you were kind of impressed with, even though you handled them pretty well. They were pretty scrappy. I don't know if anybody stood out to you.
Number 24. He was a pretty good player. He was pretty active, always cutting and looking for the ball, and he's always running. So he's really he has a lot of energy. So he was a pretty good player.
I think also number 0. I was basically guarding him the whole game, and he did a great job, picking and popping, and he can shoot the ball, and he can drive sometimes. So it was kind of hard for me to keep up with him, and I think he did a really good job.
Yeah, I would just agree with them. Those two guys probably were the best guys for them today.
Any three of you could enter this. Jordan Spurgeon, Sports 360 AZ again. Towards the end of the game, when all the starters were checked out and you got the standing ovation for the crowd, what was that moment like for any of you guys?
I mean, it's really nice to have basically a home audience on away games. We had it in Vegas too, and to get that standing ovation is just like feels like you're at home. Like the fans make you feel at home, and it's just a great feeling.
Bruce Pascoe with the Arizona Daily Star. Tommy, just wondering about whether what the calculus was with Kerr, if he had, if you were thinking about playing him, if there was a risk that he might make it worse by playing, and also do you attribute any of that to the turnovers, just him not playing?
Well, I mean, for sure. I mean, Kerr's been our point guard all year, and he's helped us, run our offense, get in our flow, and help us in our transition and with decision making. The calculus today was simple. I didn't feel like he was quite ready to play, and was hoping that we could get through this game, without needing him, and fortunately we were. So now we'll kind of roll up our sleeves and see what tomorrow brings, and keep attacking the thing. But he's closer to playing than not playing. So hopefully soon.
Any other questions for the student athletes? Okay, thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.
And we'll continue on. Questions for Coach Lloyd.
Tommy, along those lines, did you have to settle Kerr a little early on and say, hey, relax a little, slow down?
A little bit. He's done that a couple times, early in these games where he's, come out and just, kind of got tunnel vision and locked in on a pass and kind of forced something instead of making reads. And, I'll give him credit, though. It seems like every time he's done that, his second run, he's really calmed down and made better decisions. And, I thought he did a good job kind of, making some nice entry passes to get us some post-ups in that second half. And, to be honest with me, I mean, it looked like Dalen played the point a lot. And I know you guys are going to think I'm crazy. I mean, I don't tell them either one to be the point guard. Just kind of my deal is whichever one wants it probably should be it. And so, yeah, so I was happy with that. And guys, hey, I mean, we're 3-0 without our starting point guard. So it's a great time of year to be 3-0.
And lastly, maybe you've gone through many first-round wins in your other job. How does this feel in your new job and your capacity?
Well, it's great. I mean, the 116 game's never easy. I mean, it's there's a lot of pressure, and you could even feel in that start of that second half when they made a little run and cut it to 8 or 6 or whatever. I mean, I think more fans got behind it than just Wright State fans. That's what makes these atmospheres interesting, is because you have, I don't know if Seton Hall or TCU's fans are rooting for us. So it makes it an interesting environment, and you got to get used to that a little bit. But I think as you start moving forward in the tournament, it becomes a little bit more traditional games, where you feel like it's either a home or away, which is a good feeling, because in these new games like that, and I tell you, it's also weird. I don't know why it happens, whatever, and I'm sure there's a reason, but when you start a big game like this, and the arena's 33% full, it's weird, and I just never understood why can't we have that thing full, and I guess obviously it's a TV issue or something along those lines, but it's weird to start those games, like that, and so I'm glad our guys handled it well and came out on top.
Sean Teitel from hoopshd.com. Just want to ask about Christian's passing. He entered today with 5 assists in the month of March. He had 6 today. Is this something the staff's been working on him, or is it just finding open guys or something else?
Well, they were really collapsing on the paint, in all our penetration and even in our post feed. So, I think he had probably 2 or 3 or maybe 4 post entries where he kicked it back out to the perimeter for a 3, and they were digging off the ball side, and that's something we work on in our offense, and it's a great shot for us, and he made some really good decisions.
Ryan Wall from the Daily Wildcat. Throughout the past 3 games, you guys have shot at least 40% from deep. What do you think's gone into that?
Well, I think it's just, taking good shots, and we are good shooters, and so I've never really worried about our three-point percentage too much because we play aggressive, we play fast, sometimes we shoot them a little bit too deep, but again, I don't want to crush their spirit, and now they kind of settled in, and I was happy we only took 23s, and when I had a feeling they were going to guard us like they did, and that's hard sometimes when you're literally almost not being guarded. They're daring you to shoot jump shots to not settle, and we did a good job shooting a high percentage and making sure we took and made the right threes. Because the other thing they do really well is they don't foul. So I think we had like 1 free throw attempt in the first half maybe, and 12 for the game. So they do a good job of not fouling. You got to make shots.
Jason Scheer, Wildcat Authority. Similar question to what I asked the players. Did you find yourself having to tell them to relax more than usual, or what was the overall sense or feel for the game?
No. I thought we'd come out in well. I was on them all week to come out aggressive, let it rip, have some fun, first open 3, shoot it to make it. Those were the conversations I was having with them. If there's a chance to go for a steal, get us in transition. But then after that initial wave, maybe that first emotional hit, you kind of hit a little bit of a lull, and then they kind of wake up a little bit, and you end up in a ball game. So, and at the end of the first half, I probably didn't do a great job managing it, just with us being a little thin right now. I think we were up 16 with like 5 minutes to go, and I didn't want Christian to pick up a second foul. So I kind of maybe subbed and played some lineups I normally wouldn't that last 4 or 5 minutes because I was trying to focus on it being a 40-minute game, and I didn't want to get in, weird foul situations at the end of the first half.
Time for 2 more questions.
Tommy Nick King from 3TV, CBS 5 in Phoenix. It feels kind of silly when you shoot the percentage you did and score 87 points, but some of like what you're talking about with the 116 game, does it almost feel like good to kind of get this one out of the way?
It's good to get the result. We were excited to play. It's a great opportunity, and the seed. I don't think it should add any pressure. It might, but I don't think it should because it's just a reward for having a great regular season and conference tournament. So it's probably good to get it out of our system. And I just told our guys, hey, we got to tighten a few things up. And Sunday it's going to be a knockdown, drag out, heavyweight battle.
Tommy, Jay Posner with the Union Tribune in San Diego. Holden had 37, I think it was, the other night.
Yeah.
Tonight he was almost invisible. What was your plan going in, and what did you do to keep him from getting going tonight like you did the other night?
I didn't feel like he was invisible at the start of the second half. They went to him at the start of the second half, and he's a good player. Just, we have great size across the board, and we have physical defenders, and we can guard him, and we were trying to do a really good job playing clean and not fouling him, and and making him finish over the top. This is a guy that scored 37 points on shots at the rim, maybe a mid-range shot or 2. He doesn't shoot many threes, and I think he made like 15 free throws last game. So we really needed to do a good job keeping him off the line, and I think our guys did a good job of that, and our size probably really impacted him a little.
Coach Lloyd, thank you.
Thank you,
Appreciate
guys.
it.